Hi, I'm Tatiana Dyachenko, and this video is about narcissistic mother-in-law and her negative effect on her son's marriage. My client Karina told me about her phone conversation with her mother-in-law and the damage that was done by this. Karina and her husband have financial difficulties. They both lost their jobs due to COVID-19 and government compensation hasn't been paid. And after this, David became depressed and withdrawn from his wife. He didn't want to talk about the problems and his feelings, and anytime Karina wanted to discuss the situation, he left the room and she was all alone, crying and feeling helpless. So she was so desperate, she called his mother. And to know more about narcissistic parents and abuse, please subscribe to my channel. Click the button below this video and the bell and you will get notification about my next videos. Karina knew that her mother-in-law is a narcissist. She's not nice. But she didn't know what to do and she called her anyway. And I asked Karina to write down the whole conversation step by step. And this is what Karina told her mother-in-law on the phone. Just wanted to reach out to you for an advice. As the mother of my husband, as a wise, experienced and intelligent woman, you might be able to advise me how I can make my relationship with your son better. And what to do when David is avoiding talking about difficult things and leaving the room when I express my feelings to him. So she hoped that his mother would be concerned about her son's condition and give advice. And this is what she responded to her. Well, Karina, let me tell you about David's dad. I divorced him just because of that very reason that you are describing. He also was refusing to talk to me and would run from the problem. And this is a typical trait of a narcissist. When you share your story, your feelings, they don't listen. They want to tell you their story instead. And then mother-in-law continued. I divorced him when David was about 11 years old. There is no advice I can give you except you can't change him. You are doing everything right. It's not you, it's him. My ex-husband, David's dad, used to do the same thing to me. I tried and I tried for 13 years, so I couldn't take it anymore and filed for divorce. It appears that she's supportive, you're doing everything right. It's not you, it's him, but does it sound like support for you? And then she said, you have plenty of more years ahead of you. You are still young. You have to do what makes you happy. You will never be able to change David, but you can only change yourself. I suggest you to go to therapy, but only for yourself. And it also seems like she cares about her daughter-in-law. Do what makes you happy, go to therapy. She used right words, but for the wrong purpose. This is the danger of narcissists. They twist good ideas. This was a hidden programming. Basically what she said, it's an instruction to leave her son. After this conversation, Karina feels horror. She thinks David is like his father and I should leave him. We will have a divorce and there is no other way to fix our relationship. She loves her husband and wants to be with him, but these thoughts keep coming to her mind over and over after the conversation. And David's mother never liked Karina from the beginning. because David has changed with her and became more independent. She didn't like it, and she tried to convince her son to break up with her. She didn't succeed, but she managed to implant this idea to Karina's head, pretending to be a good friend. Narcissistic parents are famous for programming their children for failure. They use negative words and put some kind of spell on their children. For example, they say, "You are ugly, no one will love you, you are stupid, you are a loser." And children, being young, believe their parents, and then later they struggle in life. And Chris's story in my previous video illustrates this idea. His father put a spell on him. But mother-in-law also can program her daughter-in-law, and this mother-in-law uses a high level of neuro-linguistic programming. Karina is a daughter of narcissistic mother herself, so she is susceptible to narcissistic hypnosis. And after the conversation, she feels depressed and she has been crying even more than before. After Karina shared about the conversation, David was devastated. He was hurt. He finally realized how much his mom doesn't love him. She knows that he is happy with Karina, and she does everything to separate them, to get him back under her control, to satisfy her needs. Narcissistic mother can damage the most valuable things in your life, your happiness and your love. She is not able to love her children and care about their well-being. The only thing she cares about herself, and she is using her children for her own purposes. And don't trust this mother-in-law. Don't give her power over you. Her spell is nothing but fear and jealousy. She is not a god to control your life and control your love. Take this power back and be happy and healthy. And if you like this video, click like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. See you next time. It was Tatiana Dyachenko.